Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to undergroundwellness.com. So good to be in front of the camera all by myself. Nobody else is here. It's just me. I've been reading the comments. You guys are like, what happens to the informational blogging? What happened? Well, what's up with all these fitness videos and whatnot? The blogging has been going on at undergroundwellness.com. For the last couple of years, I've been saying to myself, hey man, you're a pretty decent writer. Why don't you blog more? And so that's what I've really been focusing on. We were doing the TV show. We got 4 shows done, ready to hit you real soon in like July or August with some phenomenal internet TV stuff you guys are going to love. The radio show is still going, but the main events over the last maybe a couple months have been over at undergroundwellness.com, so check it out. I want to vent / rant today, kind of old school style. I wrote a blog about a month ago and it was called This Is Silly. And the reason I called it This Is Silly is because this is really silly. It's quite ridiculous. Like I said, I do read your comments, and some of the comments are like, dude, what can I eat? I can't eat anything. And when, I'm talking to friends, I'm talking to people who have adopted this lifestyle, this really health-oriented, health-conscious, diet-conscious lifestyle. And one thing that I've been seeing a lot of is really like rigidness, a lot of stress going on in people's lives because of, just how they feel about the foods they eat and how like critical they are of them. They can't eat this and they can eat that, and it just gets all weird. And then they start identifying with all these different tribes. You got your paleo people, you got your metabolic typing people, you got your food guide pyramid people, you got your primal people, you got your repeat people, you got all of these camps. You got the vegan people, you got the 30 bananas a day people, on and on and on and on, all these different camps saying they're right. And then you've got all of these same different camps arguing with each other. You know what I mean? You got the vegans talking about the meat eaters talking about the vegans. And lately, and this is kind of what triggered all this, now we've got meat eaters beefing with meat eaters. I'm seeing bloggers blog about other bloggers, when really everybody should just kind of be on the same team. Like dissing people or acting like nutrition and health are battle rap. You know what I mean? Trying to bring attention to ourselves by dissing other people, and that's straight up whack. And what it does is it really confuses the heck out of everybody else. You gotta think about like the typical person out there who's like eating Pop-Tarts for breakfast and Subway for lunch, energy's crashing, they don't feel good, they're not feeling healthy, and then they go online to learn more about health and how to eat well, and they find this stuff. People warring with each other over food. Are you kidding me? It's food. And I'm not going to say, I'm totally innocent in this, because I played a role in this myself. I don't bash people like, some other people do. But, I have brought information to the table that very likely has been very confusing and kind of handcuffs some people and makes them go, man, today Sean said fructose is bad, so I can't eat fruit anymore. And that's not what we want. That's not the intention of the information that I bring. And when I really kicked back and just thought about this for a few months and just got really introspective about it, I said, what are we doing? We kind of all got to look at what we have in common. And the thing that we have in common is that really, y'all, we just want you to eat real food. You know what I'm saying? Get all this other stuff and all these conflicts and all this war out the way and just straight up eat real food. Now, a lot of people out there are going, well, what is real food? Well, that's the problem. We have all this conflict going on, but we haven't taken a few steps back and said, hey guys, here are the real foods we want you to choose from, and now what we're going to do is tell you about all your percentages and all this weird stuff, but we got to kind of step outside of ourselves and just look at, hey, what's going on here? You know what I mean? What do we have in common? What exactly is a real food? Because if people don't know their ABCs when it comes to diet and health, then they're never going to learn how to spell. You know what I'm saying? There's some crazy stuff going on. I'm seeing Facebook status updates, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular, I'm not calling anybody out, stuff like, when you get done with a bath, drink orange juice and make gelatin marshmallows. You know what I'm saying? When you eat carrots, make sure you have some protein and some fruit juice with it, because you don't want to, screw up your adrenal glands. And I'm going, the average person out there who just wants to know about how to take care of themselves, not a nerd, Not a nerd like us, but just the average person. Remember, Pop-Tarts and Subway, they don't care about that stuff. That confuses the heck out of them. So if you're going to be a nutrition nerd, talk to the nutrition nerds. But if your intention is to affect people and to change people's lives, just the average person, you can't be doing that stuff. Or maybe you can. Go ahead and do it. But again, if you want to affect millions and help people change, that's the wrong way to go about it. No one is going to be at home making gelatin marshmallows, y'all. It really makes zero sense. And then you have to look at it from this perspective. Now, we say these particular foods throw off our insulin, they make us fat and all that stuff, but stressing over food makes you fat too. You know what I mean? You go out to eat with somebody, like I go out to eat with friends who are very diet conscious, and it's like you can just feel the stress coming off of them when they look at a menu. Stress makes you fat. Stress makes you, it gives you heart disease. Stress can give you cancer. Stress can cause all kind of degenerative diseases. And what we're doing in this blogger community, a lot of us, is contributing to stress. You know what I mean? And it makes me think, because there's some really smart people out there, and you know, I'm wondering, okay, you're eating well, but how late are you staying up reading all this stuff? You know, I get to bed like 10, 10:30 and whatnot. You know, I can just see a lot of people out there up till 2 a.m. every night studying and putting this information out there and writing and whatnot. Now that's cool if it's what you want to do, but if you're going to be out there teaching people how to be healthy through diet, I think you need to spend more time teaching people how to reduce stress by not stressing over their food, teaching people how to get to sleep on time. You know, teaching people the holistic approach to health and wellness instead of just saying, eat this and not that. And then changing the rules every 3 months. There's all these rules. There's all these rules and regulations. It's like government. They go to work every day and they make new laws, and you do something and you broke the law and you're like, oh, I didn't even know it was a law. You know what I mean? It's just all this new stuff. Sugar's bad for you. Now repeat people say sugar's good for you. And that may be valid, but damn, it's confusing. You guys are confusing me. So again, imagine what the average person out there is thinking. And so my job now is to kill all this crap. You know what I'm saying? This is whack. This is straight up whackness, especially the bloggers talking about the bloggers. You know, my job now is to teach you guys exactly what real food is. It's to teach you guys how to grow your own food. It's to teach you guys how to just take care of yourselves, you know what I'm saying? And not take this stuff so seriously. I did a video last year called, Do we have a mental disorder? It was about orthorexia nervosa, it's a clinical diagnosis about people who are just way too health conscious. And I made fun of it, but I'm starting to think that it's kind of real. You know, people go overboard. You know what I mean? I talk about 80-20, and they're like, why do you have to have your 20% day? Well, why can't you stick to your regular diet? Those cravings that you have are because of this. I'm like, dude, I'm not craving anything. I just like a little cheesecake every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Those people are a little weird. And you guys, again, need to step outside of yourself and say, hey, you know, what am I doing here? Am I not enjoying my life anymore because I am hooked on somebody's blog and I believe every single thing that that person says, even though they keep changing their mind every 3 months? You know what I mean? We really have to stop this. So again, stay tuned. Just eat real food. Grow your own. There's going to be a lot of good stuff going on this channel from now on. We'll still have our fitness videos, our cooking episodes, but again, I want to teach you guys what just eating real food is all about. I'm out. Check out the blog, undergroundwellness.com. Peace, y'all.